Property division in Pennsylvania divorce, house, debt, and retirement accounts. When you're going through a divorce in Pennsylvania, one of the biggest questions is who gets what? Who gets the house? Who takes the debt? What happens in retirement accounts? Today, I'll walk you through exactly how property division works in Pennsylvania so you know what to expect and how to protect yourself. Pennsylvania is what's called an equitable distribution state. That means property is not always divided 50-50. Instead, the court looks at what's fair under the circumstances. Fair may mean equal, but not always. One spouse may get a larger share depending on the facts of the case. So what counts as marital property? Not everything you own is up for division. The court decides marital property, which generally includes assets and debts acquired during the marriage, no matter whose name is on them. The marital home, even if it's titled in one spouse's name. Retirement accounts, pensions, and savings built up during the marriage. Debts, like credit cards, mortgages, and loans, taken on during the marriage. On the other hand, some things are considered separate property, like property you owned before the marriage, inheritances or gifts given only to you, certain personal injury settlement. But, and this is where people get surprised, if separate property was mixed with marital property, it may now be subject to equitable distribution. For example, if you had a savings account before marriage, but deposited marital income into it for years, that account may no longer be entirely yours. How the court decides. So, how does the court decide who gets what? Judges look at a list of factors, including how long you were married, each spouse's income and earning potential, contributions to the household, including raising kids, the value of property set aside for each spouse, whether one spouse will be caring for minor children in the home, and tax consequences of dividing or selling assets. The goal isn't punishment, it's fairness. And fairness in one case might mean splitting everything equally, while in another, it might mean one spouse gets the home and gets other more retirement assets to balance it out. The house. The marital home is often the biggest issue. Options include selling the house and splitting the proceeds, one spouse buying the other out of their share, or one spouse keeping the house, often if the children primarily live there, with an offset of the other assets. For example, if one spouse keeps the house, the other might get a larger share of retirement funds or investments to even things out. That's what offsetting assets looks like in practice. Even if one name is on the deed, if the home was acquired or paid for during the marriage, it's usually considered marital property. Debt. Debt is divided the same way as assets, equitably. That means the court will look at who incurred it, what it was for, and each spouse's ability to pay. For example, credit card debt used for family expenses may be split, while debt run up by one spouse for personal reasons might be assigned more heavily to them. Retirement accounts. Retirement accounts are one of the most overlooked and most valuable assets. Any portion earned during the marriage is marital property, even if the account is in just one spouse's name. Dividing retirement accounts often require a special order called a QDRO, a Qualified Domestic Relations Order. Without it, you could face serious tax penalties. Pensions, 401ks, IRAs, all may be divided. Common mistakes. Some of the biggest mistakes we see are assuming everything is split 50-50. In Pennsylvania, the division is based on fairness, not automatic equality. One spouse may walk away with more depending on the circumstances. Forgetting about hidden assets or debts. Things like stock options, bonuses, or even personal loans in one spouse's name can be overlooked but still count. Ignoring retirement accounts. Sometimes they're worth more than the house, but people focus only on physical property, not planning for taxes and penalties. For example, cashing out retirement without a QDRO can trigger huge tax bills and early withdrawal penalties. Signing agreements without knowing the long-term impact. What feels fair today could leave you struggling years down the road if you gave up retirement assets or equity in exchange for short-term cash. What to do next? If you're facing property division, here's what you should do. First, gather documents, deeds, mortgage statements, credit card bills, retirement statements, and tax returns. 2, don't make big financial moves, like selling property or cashing out accounts without legal advice. 3, talk to a lawyer who can value the assets, explain your rights, and negotiate or litigate for a fair outcome. Property division doesn't have to mean losing everything. The law is designed to create fairness, and with the right strategy, you can protect your future. At Petrelli Previtera, we help clients across Pennsylvania navigate property division with clarity and confidence. From your house to your retirement accounts to the debt you're worried about, we'll make sure nothing slips through the cracks. Divorce is the end of one chapter, but property division shapes the next. Reach out to Petrelli Previtera and let's make sure you get a fair start on your future.